Situated. Oh, we're live? We're live? Oh,
Yeah, we're live. Yeah,
what?
we're live. Hi, everybody. It's Brad Tassell. We're live. I didn't play the I didn't play the countdown thing. I didn't go to single. I just started live today. I hope everybody's good. Nobody's in yet anyway, so who knows who's going to come to this show today. And also, your Facebook streams right now on StreamYard do not show. So anybody watching on Facebook, we will not see. They sent me a message before this when I hooked on that said, by the way, our Facebook is screwed up. It's there. Get over it. But you won't see that it's there. So hi, hello, Donna, and hello, Joe Marlotti. I'm Brad Tassell. So today, a couple of things before we get to the questions, and then I will play the opening though in a second because I like it. I did it, so I like it. I want to talk about a couple of things also. One of them is my wife and I are going through the process of redoing our wills and trust and estates. I know that's boring, but I want to talk about it for a second, especially with kids. And also, I may want to talk about pickup lines that maybe how you got your spouse or disgusting things that you have said to other people. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. 1,000 Questions is an entertaining discussion of marriage. We aren't telling you to do or feel or change anything about your life. Really, just listen and enjoy. And if you need real help, find a professional for your specific problem. We don't know you. How could we speak to your deal? Okay, have fun. Okay, I said all that stuff, but here's what we're going to start with. And we're going to start with health changes that your spouse has to go through that you have to live through with them. We're having a thing right now. My wife has had a health issue and she has now changed everything about her diet where she is eating about 9 freaking things is all she can eat. No dairy, no sugar. She's doing this thing for the next 2 months, literally 0 dairy, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 anything but vegetables, lean fish, and coconut milk and almond milk. And I want to ask you guys, would you do it with them? Go, Donna.
No.
Hell
Joe?
no.
Hell no.
Oh, yeah, that's
good.
That's on you.
Your health problems are your health problems.
Yeah, screw you. Eat that crap. I'm going to go out and have a pizza. I'm having
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah, really, seriously. I just, I love you, honey, but yeah, you enjoy that.
You wouldn't do anything?
I would not like go put a bunch of ice cream in the freezer and like steaks and I'm not, if someone's trying to eat healthy, I'm gonna be a little considerate and not just fill the house out with things they can't eat.
Right.
So if I need to, binge or whatever,
yeah, it's I think it's a little that's a weird one, Brad, because that's a little bit like I don't know. Does she expect you to change your diet? Does she expect you
Not
to
really.
change? No?
I think she would like, well, here's, first of all, I see it as a sacrifice of mine to eat all the crap that's around the house now to get rid of it. I think, for her. I want to make sure to help her, save her from herself. I'm eating that Ben and Jerry's.
So kind.
And then I just do it alone in the bathtub.
That's love.
Yeah, that's love. That's true joy and love.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, like we drank a lot of Fairlife milk. We got away from the lactose dairy because we didn't want regular dairy. And she loved it so much, she makes me buy 12 things at a time of it. And we've still got 9 of them sitting around. And she's like, well, can't have any of that. So now I'm drinking as much milk as I can before it goes bad. So
but don't tell me you guys don't know any couples that do we are on a diet and we are going to eat like only keto and we
definitely true. A lot of people do that because they think they're, I don't know why, but a lot of people do that. They're always like, I have one of my close friends. The wife is in fantastic shape and the husband just is not. And so she's constantly going through these fad diets and things and he's like, yeah, we're doing this together, but he's really not, obviously. And I think he's he says he is, but I don't think he is. So,
well, I agree because that's what I do. I'm with her totally till she's gone. Then I run through the Sonic and get a deep fried pretzel and a cherry Coke.
Yum.
And then later when I see her, I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing so well. And,
right.
Yeah. The problem is she comes home really hungry because she hasn't eaten much all day. And I've just had 3,000 calories and now I've got to sit and eat this crap with her. And that's got to eat this dry fish and this broccoli that came out of the butt of a yak or something.
You said it was a health problem though, Brad. Is it a health problem or is it just a lifestyle change?
It's a lifestyle change, but to stave off any sorts of health problems as we all get a little older, we've changed. We had like meat. We stopped eating meat 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Just as a preventative strike to what could be happening today. I've got a history of colon cancer in my family, stuff like that. So it's that kind of thing. But when you have maybe some issues like gut or she went to an iridologist. Do you know what that is?
A what?
An iridologist.
Isn't that like they irradiate?
No, they look in your eye. They take pictures of your eyes and then tell you about your health problems. It's like zodiac reading almost.
Yeah,
it's like a fortune teller.
That's almost.
And then
like
they have a thing and they say, "Oh, here's what's wrong with you based on what your eye looks like." And it was odd because he was like, he hit most of everything that she's felt she's got going wrong. So it's kind of fun. And then you kind of follow it a little bit. You don't, you take the common sense stuff, but you don't, drink,
Maybe put it together with other type
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the goal is to get away from taking a bunch of medicines and stuff like that.
Indeed.
Because one thing I don't feel I can do that I could do for other people is I can't give her advice about any of it. I can just support whatever she wants to do.
Indeed.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and that's like the first time you've said that ever on this show, Brad. And
that is true.
He's making steps, Donna. I think
I'm making steps.
I think you're good.
Yeah. Well, like Joe, I'll tell you, you need a hair transplant. You look like crap, and you got to stop eating that garbage and get some exercise.
Sure.
My wife, I'm just whatever she said. I'm going to go. Let's try that.
And that's a different story. Yeah.
So. That's true. Okay. Sorry. Now let's go to the second thing. Actually, let me pull a question out of the bucket. We'll do that. Let's do a question. Here's the question. Why do teenage daughters and moms always bicker and argue with each other? Well, Donna, you don't have a teenage daughter.
I have a teenage granddaughter.
How old is she right now?
I'm not her mom.
That's right. How old is she?
She just turned 13.
Ooh, she and the mom at odds?
Not quite yet. But I'm a therapist and I work with this a lot. So it is something. It is something that is expected to kind of happen.
Yep.
It depends on the kind of personality things because I was a major goody-goody. I was super nervous, afraid to make people mad. So my hater stuff was internal. I didn't really fight with my mom, but I still did not like my mom from 13 to 15-ish years old. I was too afraid to actually say it. And then there's some who are braver than me who get really, really aggressive, really let it out. And then as the mom, if you're missensitive with criticism, it's not going to go so well.
Right.
But if you can just kind of maintain yours and go, yeah, you hate me, I'm okay with that, moving on, then it's a lot smoother. So the intensity of the craziness depends on the kind of how it's handled.
Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily really needs to be a gender specific question because I think
it does.
Do you? Because it's a little different. It's a little different in our family because my daughters bicker at me and mom is on a pedestal. How
old are they?
Well, when they were teenagers, they're older now. Now they just openly despise me. But when they were younger, I was the one they would go at because I think they kind of resented the fact that I was such a smart aleck to all of their responses to everything. And then I think when it got to be the point where they really needed help, I still wasn't taking everything as seriously as I should have.
You so annoying. You are so annoying.
Oh, yeah, that is really weird. That Well, yeah, because I would say in almost every case I've ever seen, the dad is kind of the in between almost. Like you have to hear the daughter's side and the wife's side of how they're kind of butting heads because the mom has these expectations that we don't even understand in a way. And the daughter is trying to do things that we don't even understand, that they understand each other a lot more and are more alike in a way. So so you have a lot of estrogen.
Oh, we have a lot of issues.
No, you personally.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, because you've got kind of the mom gene going. I like it.
I'm wearing mom jeans as we.
You're wearing mom jeans, and they're high-waisted mom jeans.
High-waisted, right up here.
I think that was the problem.
Up to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me say this though, because I would say in my category is that like my wife, her mom, they were so close, and my wife wouldn't even think of saying anything to her mom because her mom was really so easygoing growing, and she would do anything and wasn't really felt like she was attacked. It was weird. So then when now our daughter gets up, even smaller things, they get in a little combative, not now because she's in college, but when she was a little younger, they got a little more combative just because one wants to kind of sow their oats, not in that way, but regular. And the mom wants to make sure they know how to do it. And the mom likes stepping in. Like even now, and I think moms more than dads, they like to fix and they like to have their say. It's like when you have the wedding. Oh my God, mom is gonna get. Oh wait, we need to do this and this.
That is probably the factor that does it. Is the parent that is more criticizing or micromanaging is probably the parent that they're gonna have a hard time.
There we go. And that's why, because I traveled so much that I would come home and I'd try to get all my parenting in on and my wife is so easygoing that as soon as I'd come home, they're like, oh God, dad's home again. So
that's so well, I think we all know they said that. But so now Kim, a friend of mine, Kim, she said, I think with most mothers and daughters, it's the child, whether they're teen or adult, they don't understand that the mom can only love and care for them the way they know how. And they're not going to bring in outside sources into the relationship. They're not going to do what they know how to do, I guess.
Indeed.
Yeah. Hello, therapist here.
That's right. Go to your local therapist and they will fix that. I also say this in my show. I say that a lot of times it's because the daughter, I don't know, were they ever brutal to you though? Because I think the daughter, your kids never said, I hate you or I wish you'd die. Well, but see, with moms, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is, and I say this to women sometimes in the show, and I get this question, I say, look, your daughter knows you will never leave. You're the only person in the world they can lash out at, and there won't be any consequences except you're mad or you're this. Friends, other adults, dad, there may be this, they're not going to come back. I might get rid of them in my life if I treat them this way. But mom, I can destroy her in every way, and she's going to be there.
They do show that side of themselves to people they're more secure with. I would say that.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, they were more secure with you.
They love you.
Than your wife.
No, it's completely the opposite. They know that mom's got it.
They were trying to drive you away.
I never once had to be the go-between between the daughters and the mom. I was always the bad guy. My wife would come over to me and say something like, oh my God, she never cleans her room. And I'm like, well, make her clean her room. And she wouldn't. And I'd come home and I'd be the one to say, go clean your room. You're driving your mom crazy. So it's, my wife's got me trained pretty well.
Yeah. I'm the bad guy and the go-between. I get both sides. They both come to me to tell me, and then they say, what should I do? And then I tell, and then they're mad at me, and then everyone's just mad at me. Then they're fine, and they're over in a corner talking, what an idiot. My God, what's wrong with him? Yeah, let's go shopping.
I feel like I have been I've been instrumental in their bonding by being on the outside. Yeah. So
bond about mad at dad.
Right.
That's right. How stupid I am. And how unresponsible, and just, well, and especially with things that I do in comedy, just being so offended and sad at my pathetic act that they can't believe the things that I would say. They're both horrified by what I do.
I've had, it's weird. I've had, when they were younger, I think like right after they both became 18, they came out to see the show, and boy, neither one of them really liked that. So, and then
I haven't had that yet.
And I think that's because part of it is because how much I make fun of Mom. I mean, I do all the married jokes about, and they just were like really uncomfortable with all the married jokes,
Is your wife uncomfortable with the married jokes?
I do jokes about them and they're uncomfortable about that.
Yes.
So
that's a no-win situation.
That's what you get. Yeah.
See, now my daughter has seen my family shows and she likes that because she likes how she is portrayed in those bits. But then in the adult shows, it's different as far as she and my wife goes.
It
is the truth. It is not the soft soaped kind of thing. And my wife already doesn't like it. She told me last week at a gig, she goes, I hate that one bit.
Yep.
Stop doing it. I said, but it kills.
Yeah.
Comedy. And I say, good idea. Don't come. And my daughter has yet to see any adult show. She just turned 18.
Yeah.
And hasn't had a chance. And I am dreading the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a comedian question as a therapist. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had this. Did you guys ever have where something you said on stage or a joke actually caused big problems in your family? Like actually made people really mad at you?
Not big problems.
No, that you're thinking of I think you're thinking of an old Andy Griffith episode. When one of the guys went and did stand up. Did you ever see the Andy Griffith show?
No, I had a client like that.
Where one of the guys went on stage and he talked about everything that was weird about Mayberry and he just got them all out of a joke book. And then everybody got mad at him because they were making fun of him, especially Aunt B. It was heartbreaking. Anyway, to answer your question, Donna, no, because I am smart enough to clear each joke with that family member before I do it.
Yeah, if I know they're going to hear something, then I don't do it. And I'm sure I have said things in places where they weren't going to hear it that people would have been like, hey, wait a minute. But I was made sure they weren't there to hear it. Does that make sense?
I'll tell you something interesting. I'm sharing with you now and the world. I have a transgender daughter. I guess you'd say son.
Then.
Yes. And I wrote a joke about it. And I immediately made sure I went to them and made sure that I could clear it because I wanted to get the terminology right.
Do they use they?
Yes, they. And that was part of the joke. And I told it to them and they were like, that's good.
Good.
That's good. So, and then I was just starting to do it on the ships and boom, everything went down. And
so it's your fault right there.
So now,
boom, COVID came from you doing that.
Making fun and the world crashes.
That's what it was. I think that's what it was. So
I would in no way get to at this time talk about a relationship or status of my daughter's relationships in the world, no matter what it be. Straight, bi, gay, transgender. I would be banned from life.
Well, that's why, of course, you wouldn't just do it. You'd run it by them first.
Yeah,
it was a joke,
and the answer would be no.
Yeah, right. Well, this was not a no. This was not a no. This was actually it's just because the joke was so damn funny.
They're like, "You're right. It's totally offensive," but you're right. It's so funny. Oh my!
But God. I did. I ran it by them first, and to make sure everything was okay. And I got the chuckles, and I actually ran it by both of them because my youngest is a fierce defender of my oldest, and actually, it's very interesting because they are the bestest of friends.
That's so cute.
It is cute, and so if I say one bad thing about the other one, they jump all over me. So
wouldn't that be bad? Think about the people where they're just the opposite. My youngest is a total opposite enemy that believes in none of that. Doesn't think it should exist.
There are kids that, depending on the ages, they fight. So it's one of those deals. Especially when they're teenagers. You talk about
have a bond. You have kids who have bonded with each other.
They can fight and support each other. It's not like you can't. Some people say I fight with my sibling a ton unless you do, and then I support them 1,000%.
Right.
Actually, fighting is emotional expression, and it still counts as bonding. You don't want them hating on each other, but you don't want to be the household where there can't be disagreements and arguments.
Make them use knives.
You want them to argue.
Indeed. Yeah.
Knives are important.
Yeah.
Not, sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can really hurt you. So I think knives.
Yeah, fair fighting is important, but it is good that they express. They have to, otherwise they're not going to bond.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
They've all bonded against me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, first of all, so today my wife and I met with, because now my daughter's 18 and we want to move everything over. Do you both have trusts and living wills for your family?
I have nothing. I don't even have anything to give them. So I don't know what would be in a trust.
You've got those books behind that looks like the series of unfortunate events books back there.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter, I believe.
Oh, those are really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
those are Harry Potter. We got rid of our Harry Potter books. Did I mention that we have a transgender?
And got a piano.
My daughter is not happy with J.K. Rowling. Not happy.
Oh, yeah, that's what
not happy.
Right.
No. A lot of
not happy.
That's there goes Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah. She's not to the point where she's throwing away the Harry Potter books yet, but she can take out the fact that the literature's good, but J.K. Rowling is kind of an idiot at the same time. But I can see how you would do that. So I like the Galbraith series though. So okay. So Joe, living will, trust for the family, and
trust for the family.
Okay, good. Donna, you do have stuff. You have more stuff than you think.
I don't have a piano. I don't have a mansion. I got nothing. I seriously got nothing.
No. That's not why you get this.
That's not why you get it. Yeah.
No?
You get it because, if your husband die, anything you do have, anything
goes to probate.
Goes into probate. You have to go to court. You have to do it takes forever. If you have a trust, the lawyer just says, here, to your kid or whoever your beneficiary is.
Whoever you want.
Meaning just sell everything, because if you don't have a will, they can't even sell your crap. They can't have an estate sale. And you have a house, don't you? You're not renting, right?
Correct.
Yes. So
you're in
probate. What?
It's not paid off.
Doesn't matter if it's not paid off. That asset cannot transfer to them until everything goes through probate and a judge decides. Right. You have a trust. Here, house is yours. Here, bam, sign, boom, boom, bang, bang. It's all done.
Guys are so smart.
Yeah, it's because we're smart.
Yeah, it's very important to have that. I mean, somebody's going to get this piano.
Yeah.
And so,
and sooner than anybody thinks. Joe, we forgot to tell you.
What?
So yeah, but it's just something that we had a will years ago, but now that my daughter's 18, we don't need we don't need the guardians. We don't need the stuff like that.
Right.
Now, we put everything in the trust. There will be a trustee till she's 25, so that it's not all. And we trust her with the money, but we don't want to throw that in her lap. Hey, you're in college. Here, your parents are dead. You now have to deal with Vanguard and all these other things in the house and the farm and stuff like that, as opposed to having a trustee where she gets whatever money she needs. Mm-hmm. And then somebody else handles all that.
A little bit of parenting-ish, kind of little bit of.
Yeah. Well, only because she doesn't.
Every parent should have a trust. Everybody really should.
And she doesn't want it. She doesn't want that responsibility. And then by the time she's 25, she'll know. And we better not freaking die. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So, what?
I said, yeah, try not dying. Maybe if you ate right, like your wife. Go ahead.
If only one of us goes, we're fine. And it's got to be both of us. Also, the life insurance stops in September. 20 years is up.
Yep.
Yep. And it goes from $290 a year to $3,900 a year. I know. And it's only $12. How do you convince we have to do the thing. We have to play the thing.
What thing? Are we doing a thing?
No, we're not playing it. I'm playing a commercial.
Oh.
Oop, a commercial.
Hannibal Greatneck III walked into his new 6th grade class, and there was a cage. It sat among the desks like a benign tumor everyone had learned to try and ignore. There was a mystery here, and Handy was just the 11-year-old detective for the job. Don't Feed the Bully, the best-selling tween novel by Brad Tassell. Get it on Kindle or paperback at Amazon.com.
Everyone go out and get my book. because it is the world's greatest book. I also have programs on outschool.com. I am teaching literacy. I am teaching about the presidential race. I am teaching a lot of other stuff. And it's a way that I can make $1 as opposed to Joe, who's got all these huge assets, as we can see.
I know.
So, okay. So here's the next one. We're going to go rapid fire, 4 questions. Are you ready? Because we've only got 5 minutes because I have to make my wife dinner and take it to her at work. That's the thing. We have to prepare. So I'm chopping up broccoli and cauliflower and I'm baking it with a little sesame oil and that. Then I'm going to make a nice lean piece of salmon or tuna. Okay, here we go.
Mutton for a mutton tomato.
We don't do mutton.
Okay.
How do you convince your husband to trust you and let you go out and have fun without him? Okay, come on. This is crazy.
Just
if you have to convince your husband to do that, you got the wrong husband.
Yeah. How did you get married? Why'd you get married to begin with if you don't trust each other?
What if she's going out too much and the last time it happened, she ended up at a strip bar with G-strings on her head, male G-strings on her head when she came home.
Problems and needs a little treatment. But you don't convince your husband to let you go out with your friends. What the heck is that?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's craziness.
Red flag.
There shouldn't even be a thought about that. Now, you talk to your husband about when you're going to do it. You don't surprise him after he comes home. You guys both come home from work and he thinks you're going to do this. You go, by the way, me and the girls are going to Vegas. You don't do that. But
But if you don't trust each other, you shouldn't have gotten married in the first place.
Yeah, that should not be happening. If that's happening in your relationship, get therapy. That is ridiculous.
100%.
Yet Donna thinks you shouldn't be able to look at your spouse's phone. You shouldn't trust each other to look at their phone.
I was like, why?
I know why, but because it shouldn't matter what's on the phone.
It shouldn't.
Okay. We still disagree about that. I say you should have. She says you shouldn't have the password to your spouse's phone.
If you want the password, I said, if you want the password, say, can I have the password? I'm going to go on your phone because I need to whatever. And they're like, there it is. But you have your own phone usually, but whatever.
I love this. Okay, fine. I love this. Should only one person reprimand a child at a time, or can the adults gang up on the little guy?
Yeah.
This isn't a marriage question. This is a parenting question. And I think you should get as many people as possible.
Marriage and parenting question.
Yeah.
I get aunts and uncles in there. Come on, surround the little bastard.
Yeah. And then everybody can tell that little kid they're wrong all at once.
No, and so let's say you have both parents can show support for each other and be there, but it shouldn't be some kind of tag team, beat 'em up session. Like you can both be there and go, look, we've talked about it. We found your vape pen. You're going to need to be drug tested. We both agree. Yes, great. Both be there. But it's if you start doing that, that's like abuse, guys. Like that turns into abuse. So no, thank you.
If you're
not in public, you do not discipline or criticize people.
Oh, definitely in public. Definitely don't do it in public.
No, definitely. Yes, get in the car and drive to Walmart without a mask.
If you are going to do it in public, do it at Walmart.
Yeah, if you're going to do it in public, get no mask in Walmart, middle of the store, cart full of crap. Start throwing it. That little son of a gun.
Have you seen those kids that they put videos, YouTube videos, and the kid has to hold a sign and I'm a piece of crap kid? And that is the most horrendous, psychologically abusive strategy that I would whip that parent.
But is it effective?
Is it effective? If you want to scar your kid for life.
You want to make traumatic issues for your child. Yeah.
I would threaten my daughter with, hey, if you don't clean your room, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on Instagram. And she cleaned her room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Still not okay. But what about, I've actually threatened this, so you can tell me if it's abusive. If you can wear that, I can wear that. Let's go.
I like that one. That's really good. That'd be especially good for a dad and a daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead.
We never had those kinds of problems where I think she was oddly, my daughter, we would just talk to her and she felt like we were yelling. You know what I mean?
That's a big one.
Yeah. She would really just might be like, you really need to think about, well, you're yelling at yelling. What are you yelling?
Yelling is the tone. Yelling is not volume. yelling.
We're not volume, but we're just trying to. Well, because I have a tendency to look really stern if I want to. I scare people when I get serious.
Really?
What? Not in this hat. I'm telling you. That's why I wear it. I know. So, okay. So the answer to the question was don't gang up, but you can do things together as a team.
Yes.
Be positive. Be positive.
Why do people start to look like each other the longer they are married?
Because all old people look the same.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Because all old people look the same anyway.
Yeah.
The bodies look the same. The faces start looking.
I don't think that's right. Anyway, that's a silly question because people don't all start looking. They don't start looking like each other. Maybe they start to adopt each other's mannerisms, but they don't look. If my wife looked like me, she'd leave. If she thought she was going to start looking like me, she would have left a long time ago.
I can't say I look like my husband either.
Yeah, my wife doesn't look like me. Although I do the joke on the nude cruise. I say one of the activities on the nude cruise is try to decide which is the man and woman after a while. Sometimes because they both once you get to a certain size, you're like, okay, which one's the husband? I can't tell exactly.
What about the women who actually want to look the same as their husband and they always have to dress in twinsy outfits?
Oh, those, talk about needing therapy.
My wife is wearing this hat as we speak. Okay, really quick. We have 2 minutes. I love my husband, but I hate most of his family. What should I do?
Don't hang out with his family.
Yep. Just don't. There's really nothing you can do about that.
What if he's all about the family?
Yeah, we've got that issue too. My wife's family is completely different than my side of the family. They know each other, and they all tolerate each other when we get around, but they're completely different people. You know what I mean? And I accept everybody should accept each other's family. That's part of the bond of marriage. It's like, yeah,
you don't have to be best friends with them.
You don't have to be best friends with them, but you can't pick your family. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
You
can pick your family's nose.
That would be gross.
Event that is a family special event. You can use your social skills and have some manners.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to go home with them and live with them, but you should behave yourself like
right.
To do that.
Right.
So keep your access to them limited.
Yes.
And how about this though, too? Let him go. Like I have a cousin, well, not my cousin, my wife's cousin, who she's with the part of the family, and he goes, take the kids, you go to those things, I won't go, and you guys have fun, and they have fun, and nobody really misses her.
As long as it's not taking away from the relationship, like 90% of his times with that family.
Right.
He should be able to, if he likes hanging with them, go hang with them. If you don't like hanging with them and it's not one of those special things, then go do something else with your friends.
Indeed. So
they gotta have stupid brothers. Okay, here we go. Last one. How do you, oh God. Okay, I didn't read this one. How do you teach your new wife's dog not to stick his nose in your butt while you're having sex?
Why is the dog in the room while you're having sex?
Oh no.
This might be my favorite question of all time.
How close are you with your dog?
Exactly.
No, the wife's dog.
It's the wife's dog.
The wife has the dog in the room while they're having sex, and the dog is putting his nose in his butt.
Weird, guys. A little weird.
I'd say the answer to this, obviously, is change positions.
That's right. Put her on top.
Yeah.
And then he'll sniff her butt.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
I'm voting for no dogs.
No dogs. Well, me too, because people sometimes have the dog sitting there. They don't care if it comes in and out.
Like it's watching you. Like
that's even worse when it watches.
Yeah, I don't have a dog, so that's just gross. But
I have 10 cats, and I do not want them watching me in my intimate moments. Thank you.
Well, I wonder if maybe this happened. I wonder if this maybe happened. Let me check the comments. Put the dog in another room. Play nice in the sandbox. Okay, so I wonder if it just happened once and it was like they weren't paying attention. They were in the moment. They were doing it then, and the dog just came in.
Yeah.
Keep the dog from doing that, which implies that is putting it out of the room not an option.
Right. Yeah, that's what's weird about that question is maybe he liked it.
What if the dog is outside and starts whining and wants to be in the room? There's always that.
Yeah, that's far outside or out. Yeah, Well, but these
I'm
women,
remember-
some women are connected so much to that dumb dog.
Yeah.
That happens.
They just
guys.
gotta have it.
You don't listen. Honestly, I don't want anybody watching us do that. I don't care if it's a dog. I don't care if it's a cat. I don't want anybody but the people on the webcam that are subscribing.
We have
That's
to
right.
pay.
They're paying the paid people.
Right.
Paying people can watch.
You're not gonna pay. You don't get to watch. That's all.
I thought you were going to say you didn't want anybody else's nose up your butt.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's a good.
Really, that you have to pay for. That's the money you have to pay for. Okay, we're done with this. Goodbye, Joe Marlotti.
Bye,
Joe
kids.
Marlotti,
Thank
professional
you.
comedian. Get a hold of him. How Donna at ohanawc.com for your really awful divorce, which we've caused here today. So that Joe, that's what she does now. She deals with really awful divorces.
Thanks. I do. Yes.
Yes, she does. That's her thing. Okay, say goodbye.
Bye.